Boston, Guyana, the diaspora, and elsewhere. Friends all. Before I started to release my opinion to you, I would like you to subscribe to the channel and press the button so you will get the next updated video. Let me say a happy Qurbani to all Muslims around the world, whether it's Eid, Mubarak or Eid, whatever. But at the same time, one must remember that the Muslims still live up to the standard of Ishmael and Abraham. And sometimes I wonder if my sons could have listened to me the way Ishmael listened to Abraham, even though he knew that he was about to be murdered, killed, because he believed in God and he believed in his father. But ladies and gentlemen, if you try that in the US and elsewhere of modern civilization, you will be going to jail for murder or attempt murder. So, sometimes I ask many questions and I live in the wilderness. But let me start now for Guyana. Fellow Guyanese, I have looked upon many things and I have seen a lot. And yes, many of my friends and colleagues at George Caraya, be careful, because when you speak out against these corrupt politicians, you know they got criminal will wait to kill you, they're gonna harass you. Well, I know that. They use the courthouse, they use corrupt police, they use everything in the political power to disable and destroy innocent people who are speaking for everyone. They kill Rodney, they kill Vincentica, they kill Dublin, Uini, and Waddle, and they continue killing. Dr. Jagan was a part and parcel of the Abram family many years ago, where the man lost his life and his children lost their life in a 3-story building in Georgetown. Roma has it, the man used to work for them, and he overheard some conversation and he released it to Burnham, and somebody let Chetty know. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you hear something from Burnham against Chetty, you'll be a jackass and an ass and a fool to tell Burnham when you walk out. Chetty already get the message. And if you tell Chetty something about Burnham, you're not going far because Burnham got the message, right, Nagamutu? Before you die, Nagamutu, or God take you and cripple you, why don't you do a video and tell the stupid Indian the truth and the black people how these two political parties work to divide and manipulate the people and use them to the best possible alternative? Friends, let it be known to you, no man is an island and no man lives forever. And yes, they got all the money. They could pay the police to kill his own mother, and the bastards then will do it because they need money. First, to begin with, any government exploited a nation and keep you hungry, so you become like dogs, as Burnham used to say, the dogs of war. Keep you all black ass hungry, all of you are military, police, and all the civil servants. And when are you hungry, they get you all to do anything they want for a steak and some mashed potato. But that's only temporary. And as for the Indian, due to what happened in the 60s, with what happened in Mackenzie, Wisma, and other rural area, Buxton, Pleasance, that is back in the news, Agricola, which is Jonestown, not James Jones, Jonestown on his back, Denham, Stell, Stoughville, and many other African descendant neighborhoods. When you think about it, I hope that hell is really a place that these two diseases are in it. But I can't understand Walter Rodney's children and family, who know that the late Walter Rodney was murdered by the two hypocrites, and today you all are alive and their children enjoying life. I think that it deserves a hospitality visit. I don't know how you all look upon it, because let me tell you something. It's a story about some wolves in India in the late 70s. Indira Gandhi was the prime minister, where she gave some farmers some land, and they was cleaning up, do what they have to do, and they went on hunting trip one day, and they found a lot of little wolves, the young babies, and bring it into their village. Plus, they kill a few and drug them. It was a Saturday or Friday evening when the mother wolf and father wolf attacked the village, and every child that was playing was killed. The Indian government had to send in the military to hunt and shoot them at sight, the wolves. It's so fortunate that a wolf could defend its young, and you Indian and black people, you can only talk. Let me tell you something. He who kills can be killed. And I can be honest. So I hope Mr. Barrett, Mr. Ali, Mr. Norton, and all others are listening. If you kill mine, I'm going to kill yours. There's no two ways about that. And you may have all the guns. You may have all the DPP and every P with you. But you do not have the world behind you. The United States get what they want, regardless of the consequences and the chaos they may create in a country. But we have a right to disagree, to agree. We have a right to our own philosophy. We may be wrong, or we may be right, but we don't have a right to kill one another. We don't have a right to ill-treat each other. And I want you all to understand, Burnham, Jagan, and all of them, they are not gods. They are not the owner of Guyana. Barrett, Ali, Norton, Joseph Harmer, David Ranger, Mr. Nagamutu, Mr. Ramjatan, and not forgetting Ramatai. These people are not the owner of the country. The country owner, the young daughters, is alleged raped by ministers in government, and all Amerindians should come together in the 9 tribes, call for in their national community, the international community, to get an investigation. Don't trust the Guyana police and the forensic. Get the international community involved, the Catholic Church. And if Mansour have any shame and pride, he's the head of the United Force. I don't hear much of it. Mansour, did you sell your soul to the devil so you and your family can live happily? Don't play with Allah because you're a Muslim. Don't play with God, my friend. The nation will soon get a good leader. So, Mr. Norton, stop galvanizing yourself and speaking. You might be a good man, but in your party, you have hypocrites. Ask Mr. Ramjatan why he lock up my son. Why he order it and have David Granger. When the time he give Mr. Ramjatan, my case of my son to Mr. Ramjatan, he was suffering with cancer. It ain't over yet. All of you who hurt me and my family, some of you gonna eat your shit. Some of you gonna go blind. Some of you will crawl and eat your filth before you die. Police, judges, leaders. But don't worry, Ramjatan. What goes around comes around. You have time. Get that our investigator say, my son pled guilty to the case. When we have paper to show not guilty, and the lawyer that was representing for Providence, a AFC member like yourself, at his alleged, may God have mercy on him and his offspring, like you own Ramjatan. We believe in a better judge, God Almighty, and time. And all the magistrate and judge you use against us, like the woman on the East Coast that I pardoned from collecting money when she could go to jail, had my son running on the East Coast every week, every other week with another lawyer. May God have mercy upon all of you. If y'all know what I know, y'all might kill me, but my ghost will wake up in your effing bedroom. Y'all won't like it. I'm telling you. Today, I am pleased to tell you and want to correct a man by the name of Nature Man. Whoever he is, I want him to know my brother. You say Mr. Snow have committed this crime and he want to be famous. You also say he fraud people in Guyana. Come on, Hector, nature boy. If you have the facts, put it out for what is awaiting you and your family. Not only you, your family. God will have to make a decision how to deal with it. Not us. Look at our hands. We are clean. We don't thief, we don't sell drugs, we want nothing from nobody. We don't take, we give. So you are not going to spoil our vision and dream to unite the Indian and black people in Guyana for a better future. And the children of Guyana to enjoy Guyana and let the oil money, the gold, the diamond spend to develop the country for the benefit of all citizens, not politicians, corrupt judges and magistrates, prosecutors, and members of the DPP and others that is denying an Amerindian woman her rights, that is taking so long to charge a minister. If it is George Correa or his son, we would have been in jail already, right? DPP, you call yourself a Muslim. If that is the teaching of Allah, give up the Holy Quran, you and your husband. I warn you. Because Allah works many mysterious ways. I understand what you are doing. You're denying us justice. Give the Amerindian women and what goes on justice, and every Amerindian come together. Because the Indian people are saying, when I drink a bottle rum, are you worse than thieves and prostitutes? That's the word in Queens and Little Guyana and other places from both races. Wake up and show them that you all can do better. India is for Indians, Africa is for Africans, China is for Chinese, and Europe is for Europeans. So Guyana is for you, the indigenous people that rule by two dangerous people. It's time to clean house and unite with the decent Guyanese, black, Indian, Chinese and Portuguese, and the mixed race who can go to India, China, and Europe and demand citizenship because they was considered a mixed race. Indian call anything mix a crab dog. Well, black people, y'all don't say that. Y'all are a little more polite and y'all are a little more human. But Indians love to humiliate and insult people. Because they could do it to their own mother, brother, father, what they won't do to you. But I ask you, the black race of Guyana, are you not tired begging, living in rented house, squatting? Well, I'm telling you here today, I swear with both hands, by the will of Allah, Bhagwan, or God, whoever you saw, your days of prosperity is in front of you. You could fall asleep on it, you could kick it, and you will end up suffering. Stop listening to these 65 members in the parliament. Did any one of them come in the street and pick up any beggars? Give you a shower and a clothes to wear? Take you to their home and put you around the breakfast table to eat and drink? No. But they want your vote. They want to put a rope around your neck. Well, let me tell you something. You all must form organization to defend yourself. Get together with good Indian and yourself and form a vigilante in every village, because you can't trust the police. They are corrupt. I call upon the United Nations. I call upon America. It's time now to change the geography of Guyana, and we can be great friends in unity for prosperity, human rights, and equality amongst one another. Come on, America. Joe Biden, stop hiding and come forward. Guyana is your only solution. And Exxon, we need a better deal. Because it seems that you got a better deal than anybody in the world in Guyana, because ministers are taking bribes. It's alleged. So all of you who 65 members in parliament, all of you will need a lie detector test. But I'm calling on all Amerindian women who's been mistreated by the policemen, the military, and the ministers to report it. Go to all embassy and report it. And that done with the fire. You have to investigate it. Could it be a deliberate fire? Because minister was going there and enjoying the entertainment? Come on, I'm only asking a question. Because Guyana, when you ask questions, you better know how you're speaking because they're locking you up. And they're using corrupt black magistrate and judge to do it. They don't want coolie people. I got a lot of case in Guyana about land and Mohanlal who black a blasted way that we couldn't go in and come out when we were there 40 years before him. And it's alleged that he had problem in either Wakenham or Legwan. Let me tell you, Mr. Mohanlal, don't let us cross that part. For there is a God, and none of us will inherit it. For the time God gives to us on earth, all you corrupt people, politicians and criminals alike, let it be known to you, we have a short time on earth. You might say 50 years, 70 years, 100 years. It's a short time. So when you kill and you thief and you lie, where are you going, man? Where are you all going? Where are the bloody imam? Where are the pandits and the priests? You hypocrites! Don't be afraid. The Prophet Muhammad was here today. He would have killed all of you in Guyana who call yourself imam and cannot speak for what is human rights and equality and justice. And if Jesus was here, he would have called you all hypocrites and beat some of your ass like you do in the synagogue that causes death. Well, I don't know much about Ram and Krishna. But again, the Mahabharata war, coolie was fighting one another, family fighting family for wealth. That's y'all nature, can't help it. My friends, I have nothing against y'all because I have both blood in me and others. But I'll tell you what, if you hurt mine, I don't care where yours are, you don't know who's behind us, we can hurt them. Some people say, but they didn't do you nothing. Did we do you something? He who kills can be killed. Get that clear, and it's not a threat. Y'all can turn it how y'all like. What is the biggest crime is when politicians use the courthouse and the police force to deny people their rights, and lock them up, kill them, and charge them. Is that right? You hypocrites? You parasites? That's what y'all are doing in the country. And for you, the women them who are secretary in ministers' office, if they force you for sex because you have to live and you give in, you commit adultery. And therefore you have a right to speak out and call their name. I know a certain minister, I can call name. I can give him the little excuse of the present moment. And he should tell Bharat and Mr. Ali who is George Correa. And let it be known to all of you, once you serve the United States in the military and other form of government, they don't turn their back on you. You hypocrites, you parasites, you Judas. Get it clear. So for you, the men and women in the military and the police force, clean up your act. They are using you. When they get arrested, they can call y'all name. Y'all would not like it. So I encourage y'all to go to the embassy them, report what they ask you to do. Don't deny them, but don't do it. Go and report what they say and call their name and get in the news and ask for political asylum. If I cannot be treated good in Guyana amongst my own, then I should join Brazil or Venezuela or Suriname. What you all think? You never hear the saying? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. But a friend of my enemy is my enemy. Like Mr. Hector, as he called himself, Nature Boy. Well, Mr. Nature Boy, let me deal with you as now. I don't know if you're gay, which is happy in English, but maybe you're a little too happy. But when you're making an accusation against people, for God's sake, do your research. Because when you talk all that bullshit about Anthony Snow, you must get your facts together. Okay? Let the U.S. Embassy tell you when they take him and he come back to America and he choose to go back. I was running for election in 2011 when Gokul Boudou and Mr. Vincent Alexander and Source Bali and others actually he must pick a side, either PNC or PPP, because, and I had to beg him to refuse. But there is a God, these hypocrites. And you black people, stop running and threatening people, calling them hypocrites, like what you have done to the U.S. Embassy. Because let me be honest with you, if you all get these people mad, you all are not 5 minutes work. Stop it. Stop it, for God's sake. Because you got a lot of family living in this country. Please, the black Americans have suffered for this country for allow Guyanese blacks, hypocrites who don't like white people, to come here. Canada and elsewhere. Why y'all don't go to Africa since you all don't like white people? Come on. But the educated black people in Guyana, in Africa, would like to have your opportunity. So, Mr. Ali, as today's a holiday when they be killing animals, giving thanks to Allah on behalf of Abraham and Ishmael's story, I ask you, the Constitution is on your side. Stop listening to people. If you are a leader, act as a leader. Okay? You are doing a lot of good, but people can't see it because they're blind, racial, corrupt, confused. So I'm asking you here today, clean up your act and get rid of those square pegs in wrong hole. If you look at my video in the past, I was warning you about the square pegs in wrong hole. Now you should take the news and call upon the nation who have anything against those ministers' side of you to report it and put them off of the job until a proper investigation is carried out, while you replace them with educated people, people who love the country, not who love the pocket and power. Because the power that is given unto them is temporary, and that will go. So I urge you here today, you're doing good. Do keep on it. But the Constitution allow you to do what is right. Don't make nobody second fiddle you. And be careful with those who's around you in your own party. For Caesar was poisoned by Brutus. And Indira Gandhi was killed by her own bodyguard. And Rajiv Gandhi was killed with a mala put around him by a woman. Stop going around meeting people, putting mala around your neck. Are you stupid? How do you know that those roses was not tinted with a chemical that go around your neck, and when you go home and you think it's stiff neck, you are dead? Ask the Korean man who killed his own brother in a foreign airport with chemical with 3 little women. Think. Come on. And change your bodyguards frequently. Don't keep the same people around, because you don't know who got your name on a bullet. So I beg of you, for God's sake, don't trust no one around you. They are not friends. Power do not have limit, and it don't have a journey. Okay? Don't make nobody use and abuse you and push you like a ball on a skittle table. You don't have to take my advice. Think of it. The closest people that killed the president them is those who were close to them. Those who killed the king was close to them. Think, Brutus, a blind man, poisoned Caesar. How we get there? It was the senators. Okay? Think of all the killers. Okay? Oliver Cromwell had to cut out King Charles' head. It was one of his own people led him to his death. All right? So, Mr. Ali, in the name of Allah, do what is right and don't take shit. And do not keep the same God at your house. And do not have the same person bodyguarding you. Also remember that. Because these people do not have friends and family. And I urge you all, what you learned from Jane Jones can return to Guyana again in different manner. Always remember this. America gets what America wants. So I urge Indian and black people together, come together and do the right thing. And for you, Mr. Hector, Nature Boy, I want you to show me who Mr. Snow fraud in Guyana. We help people. We give cars and house. We help the poor because we cannot live alone. We are too bloody stupid and selfish. We even have dogs in our house to eat, but they can't sit around the table, knife and fork. Because they can't eat with the paws around the table. You know that. You hypocrite. You parasite. And you call yourself nature. I hope you pull your head out from between your mother leg so you will be able to breathe properly. Because maybe she need a shower. Or your woman leg, okay? You're a parasite to human society. You're nothing but a disaster. And if you don't have your facts together, put your bloody name and a picture like how you seen me. And tell me where to meet you. I wholeheartedly will meet your ass. I'm not afraid of you. You know why? We're all born and we have to die. Once you understand that. Okay? But I'll tell you what. It won't be I alone. Okay? Remember the word. America gets what America wants. So I'm calling on all Guyanese, Indian and black, you too, to unite. You need house. You need to take care of your wife and children. Put them in good school. And stop believing that your president, your prime minister, and the minister them are God gift. They're nothing but what I call hypocrites. They walk around and shake hands and talk. And oh, the big one, they're not bloody big. If it's a woman, she have the same parts like your mother, your sister, your daughter, and your wife. And if it's a man, he have balls like you. I want to go beyond that. Okay? So you all got to wake up. You mean to tell me little Grenada could have had a change from a man named Morris Bishop that Reagan had to send in the troops? Today in Guyana, I'm not advocating you all must do that nonsense. We don't need it. But Mr. Ali is better than all of them in the past. And the DPP, if you cannot do your job, I ask you in the name of Allah, enter your resignation. Because if hell is a place, by using the religion and picking up your Quran and dress like if you are Dracula's daughter or Frankenstein, you're wasting time. And every crime you commit against us, you have family, eh? Only you got family. They live in Canada, they live in America, they live all about. None of we will enjoy this world, man. Take it how you all like it, eh? Take it, and guess what? We don't want money. We believe in equality and justice for all. And before I go, I want you all to understand this. One time in Guyana, Channel 9 stopped a program with me and Anthony Snow when we pay for it because I maybe speak something about the government. The woman, the name is Waldron. But she working for Mr. Blackman, Channel 9. And on CN Sharman, Channel 6, several times I go there, and I was told I cannot go there for the program. Maybe somebody in authority said I mustn't go there. But I know it's a family member of Channel 6. I wouldn't call name. I leave it to time and God. Because none of us is better than each other. If she's a woman, she have the same body parts of my mother, my daughter, my ex-wife, and my grandchildren. And if there's a man, he got the same balls like me. So whatever you all got, let it be known, nothing lasts forever. So fellow Guyanese, I will leave you all with this. And Mr. Nature Boy, Hector, please, show me who Snow fraud in Guyana, or shut your bloody mouth, okay? And apologize. But show your face like me, unless you're a faggot. I won't say gay is happy. But if he's a faggot, I don't mind taking a chance because Jesus told me to love my fellow man. You might be the man that I may have to love, bitch. Have a good day. And may God be with all of you. I'm your host, George Correa. Good luck.